Welcome to this special edition of Litter Media Live. I'm Dan Ramey, and in studio with us, a couple of guests from Living Waters Church in Kingston. We'll tell you why they're here in just a moment. But first, this from our friends at Kingston National Bank.
Wherever you are there for a reason. You shouldn't have to make a trip to the branch just to deposit a check. Skip the trip and use our mobile app to easily and securely deposit checks from your phone. Day or night, wherever you are, or whatever you're doing. Download the Kingston National Bank Mobility app today.
'Tis the season for Christmas productions, and Living Waters 3CU Church in Kingston is not much different. They have a message for you as well. Not like the squirrel over my shoulder there, but we have Vonda Loats with us today, and also Pastor Brad Jones. Good to have you both here. Last year, you presented a special program, and you're doing it again this year. What's the name of the program, and what day are we talking?
This is Christmas in Bethlehem. It's in Kingston, Ohio, and it's going to be December 6th from 6 to 9 p.m.
Mm-hmm. So Bethlehem would be at least in Kingston, Ohio for one night, right?
Yep.
We're going to show you some of the events that happened last year, along with the lead up. This is a trailer they've produced for this year's program. This is something that I think a lot of people may take for granted, but you're taking them a step back in time for when Christ was born.
Yep. Yeah, so it's a good time to really slow down for the holidays. Everybody is running around and trying to get their Christmas shopping in when that kicks off this Friday. So just to be able to slow down and hear the story, the true story of Christ's birth, is going to be a great time for them. And just to be able to bring this ministry, especially to a small town, is something that we really enjoyed doing last year, and we brought it back again. What
did you learn about this program last year that you were able to use for this year?
Well, first of all, we learned that people do want to hear the story about the birth of Christ. They want a little bit more than just the Santa Claus. So being able to come out, and we learned that being able to use this as an evangelistic tool as well. So we're going to, kind of amplify that a little bit more this year when they talk to the artists and vendors and talk to the prisoner and hear the prophet's message.
It's really cool because it's like a marketplace, and I've seen reenactments and things before where you can walk up and ask questions, but they're like actually a scribe is writing things, or the blacksmith is actually doing things. Yeah. And so it gives you a throwback in some respects, and your people need to know what they're doing too, right? Yeah. Right. And they do an awesome job at that as well. Something, when they come in, they're greeted by Santa Claus. The kids want to see Santa, but he takes them to the entrance of Bethlehem and gives them their little shekel. So, because they're required, just like everyone else, to pay that tax and sign the census when they come in. And they're going to be greeted by the prophet hearing that story. And something a little bit fun too that we found last year is one of the Roman guards was throwing some teenagers in the prison. Is that right?
Yeah, with the prisoners. So, they were like, no. But once they got there, they're taking these selfies. So we're going to kind of bring that a little bit more in there. And so if they're not on their best behavior when they visit, they risk getting thrown in prison themselves.
Do we know who this guard is?
We don't really know his name.
Yeah, he wishes to remain anonymous.
He might be a pastor somewhere.
He just might be a pastor. You asked the question, what did we learn? This in particular centurion guard learned to dress for the weather. The centurion outfits are not meant for winter nomenclature. The sandals are not the best thing in 20-degree weather. And so this centurion, he started wearing the hippie socks to try and get his feet thawed out. So
nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
Nothing wrong with that at all. Brad, this has to make you feel a little proud over having a congregation that is able to, through their volunteer efforts, portray all of these important elements to the program.
I will tell you that I'm blown away with the people of Living Water. You know, I can be a little bit of a perfectionist. You know, I tell folks that if we're going to do something, we're going to do it well. I don't want anybody to say, "Oh, you did that good." We go for great or excellent, and it's easy for us to do because we have excellent people. We did the prayer vigil just at the early part of fall, and it was amazing. The attendance was beyond what I expected. And last Sunday we did a free community holiday dinner, and you know, we had 120 plus people, and to watch the people of our church just dig in and work. No one complained. No one asked for a raise. You know, nothing like that. And they worked from start to finish and loved what they do. And that's the great thing about Christmas in Bethlehem. Everything we do is a ministry, whether we do a yard sale or a bake sale. It's about the word, about leading people to Jesus. And our folks do that. You know, they truly take that passage of scripture that says, everything you do it as you would do it for the Lord. And they inspire me. They encourage me on those days that, you know, the pastors wake up on Sunday morning or Monday morning, like, I'm writing my resignation, because this is, they've helped me tear those up on a number of occasions. So wonderful people.
It's a challenging position to be as a pastor, but there's a shepherd and a flock, and that flock sometimes can test you, but sometimes the shepherd can test the flock as well.
Oh my, they will tell you that, that's for sure.
but while this is and as we use the word ministry here, it's an outreach program to your community, but I imagine a ministry to your own people as well, because they have to learn how to deal with a public that's might be unchurched, and help them in telling their story and witnessing to others.
I was asked by some folks a couple of years ago about what kind of discipleship program do you do? Well, what kind of discipleship classes, per se? We do a Wednesday night Bible study called Faith Unleashed. It's not your typical Bible study. It's different. Wouldn't you say, Vonda?
Oh, very different.
We look at every opportunity that we can have when we come together as a body to make disciples. Being disciples is to be discipled, and to be willing, you know, the very term disciple means one who wants to learn, a learner. And that's the awesome thing about our folks, is that they want to learn. They truly desire to be challenged. And so every opportunity, we do probably 2 or 3 functions a month, be it grand scale or medium scale or whatever it is. But that's where we get together and we build that discipleship. That's where they are trained up. We really do the hands-on discipleship process. Anybody can sit in a class and say, this is discipleship, you know, and this is evangelism.
But until you see it work, then you start to learn.
Yeah.
It's, I guess, kind of like learning a foreign language. Until you've been to that country and lived amongst those people, you learn the language.
Yeah. I've always, you know, I look at the different learning styles that people have. You know, you have those that will learn by visual, or those that will learn by hearing the audio. And you also then have those that are the kinesthetic. And we put it together. We just make it hands-on with everything. And I will tell you, that's been one of the greatest pursuits, most effective ministry tools that we've used. I wish we would have done it years ago at some other churches that I had the privilege of pastoring.
But we learn as we go.
Yeah.
Yeah, and if I can add to that, like we have one woman in particular, the first time she came to outreach, she's like, I'm just going to stand here. I don't want to say anything. I just want to be with someone the entire time. And by the end of the evening, she is like the first one up there. And now whenever we go there, I mean, she's, openly just going out and talking to people. And she's actually someone who's helping plan this Christmas in Bethlehem. There's about 5 of us, but she's one of those as well.
Oh, that's great. And there's some people, they need to be brought out of their shell a little bit. And sometimes you have to let them come out of their shell on their own. And it sounds like that was a similar case.
Yeah. If you could quantify spiritual growth by the size of a building, Living Water is so crammed right now with spiritual growth that it's unreal. Our church is growing physically. Vonda and I were just talking the other day. So far for the month of November, we've had about 15 new folks come visit us. We call them our VIPs. But the spiritual growth is what I focus on. Yeah. And the growth of Living Water, it blows you away. Like Vonda was saying, to see folks come in who are such an introvert, just a natural introvert, but the Spirit of the Lord comes on them, and they're not afraid to say anything to anybody, to go up and talk to them about Jesus unprompted, or to lay an arm around somebody and pray with them when they're in a state of weeping or grief. For a pastor to look at your flock like that, I'm telling you, no wonder God loves us.
I know there's a number of, it's an unwritten rule, but a number of pastors like to see those numbers come in. However, I like to take quality over quantity sometimes. We had a pastor at our church here a while back that partnered us up as prayer buddies. And there were people praying together that had never prayed together before. And it broke a lot of walls down, and you suddenly had a valuable congregation that's able to do work for the Lord.
Absolutely.
Yeah. How long have you been working on this production?
We start the 4th of July. Once we get 4th of July over with, we just kind of start planning.
So you talk about investment. I mean, that's a good 5-month investment.
Yeah,
right
Christmas in July.
So you don't really have rehearsals until you get closer to the date, I'm sure.
Right, the day of.
But what sort of planning takes place for something like this?
Just so much planning was set up. Sometimes you need additional things built. Like what we discovered from last year. We wanted to have a little bit more shelters in case there's some rain, because this goes rain or shine. Yeah. People will be sheltered from that rain, though. But just, I mean, that's a lot. There's a lot of artisan crafters that we have there that are telling the story. So just all that prep work, little things behind the scenes.
So we're talking a walkthrough, right?
Yes, they're on their own. There's no tour, so they can come in and they walk the marketplace just like it would have been back then. They'll see the live nativity. They will talk to the people, interact with them, but the people won't be talking to them like, well, this is what they did back in Bethlehem days. They are in the Bethlehem days.
So
they're in the first century.
Yeah.
Yes.
I like that.
Yes.
Yeah.
So, wheelchair accessible?
Yes, it is. And
Yeah.
Want to make sure we hit that as well. So
Yeah, and it'll be in the park across from the post office. So that's Pickaway Street. It won't be it's not the big park where all the ball fields and stuff are. So
So the smaller park.
the smaller park, yeah, we adopted that a couple of years ago. And I want to touch on one thing real quick where we talked about Santa Claus. We've received a little pushback from some folks, that want to stay true to the element, and kind of accused us of worshiping a pagan thing of Santa Claus. I just want to say to anyone and everyone out there that, Santa Claus is going to be there. But Santa Claus is not being worshipped and exalted. Santa Claus is pointing people to the real reason of Christmas. And that message is what we want the kids and even the adults that don't know Christ and that relationship, that the things of the world isn't what it's about. It's about the birth of this child, and they are ushering people to him and saying, forget about me. It's about him. So there is no pagan worship going on.
And there is a perception, I think, amongst many people that that is Christmas, is Santa.
Right.
So for those who think Santa is all there is to Christmas, let Santa guide and direct you to where you need to learn the true story.
Yep. Exactly. Yeah, that's it.
One of my favorite holiday pictures is of Santa kneeling before the Christ baby.
Yes.
Yeah, that's little baby Jesus right there.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
This is free of charge?
Yes.
Can we give gift offerings if we want to, love offerings?
There will be a little donation chest there that, if felt so inclined, you could do that. Yes.
Yeah, definitely not required. And when they come, I mean, they'll be able to taste the different things, like goat cheese, which I recommend just the teensiest little piece of.
You don't want to take a big scoop, right?
No, they can, we'll have one of the vendors, artisan vendors, crafters that night is the jewelry. And so, I mean, they will have a little cross that they can put on a necklace that's made out of, it's considered crucifixion nails. So that will be for them to take home.
Oh, very nice. Very nice. Yeah. Again, December 6th, what are the hours?
From 6 to 9 p.m.
So you've got 3 hours to try and get through all this.
We do. And a lot of people last year I know showed up at 6, but you don't have to be there right at 6. I mean, if you can't make it till 7 or 8, then that's fine too.
I know it depends upon your interest in what you're seeing, but would you say it's a half-hour walkthrough?
I say, yeah, probably at least a good half hour. Yeah. Okay. If you're talking to everyone.
Unless you get caught by the crazy Centurion guard that might do, some interesting things.
He wants you to rub his feet together.
This is very true.
Yeah, and we had some others come and stand by the fire, and just because we have the townspeople too walking around and being able to talk to them. So
yeah, this is cool. I wasn't able to get there last year. I have reason to try and get there. You've whet my appetite. So
we had about 350 people attend last year.
Yeah.
And we would like to double or triple that this year.
Yeah, fantastic.
Yeah.
You might overrun your 9 o'clock. Is there a curfew in Kingston?
There's not that night.
Not that night. Very good. Anything we've missed that you want to make sure people knew?
No, I think we pretty much covered it.
Thank you for this opportunity.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you to Brad Jones and also Vonda Loats. Thank you also to Kingston National Bank sponsoring this segment of Litter Media Live.